Okay, here's some hints for homework 12. First question, we are given the recurrence relation and we're also told what the first three values are. Now, looking at the recurrence relation, U2 is going to be mu1 plus c and U3 is going to be mu2 plus c. Now all we need to do is take each of these values, the 100, the 50 and the 30, and then plug them into these two formulas, get simultaneous equations, and then work out what m equals and what c equals. Part B, that's just your condition for a limit to exist, which you should know, and then part C is just the formula for the limit, which is c over 1 minus m. So just plug your values in from the first part. Second question, two functions. Rewrite them in the way that we normally see them, f of x equals and g of x equals. Now we've got to simplify this expression. So we put the g into the f formula first of all. So that means the x plus 1 is going to go in here. So that's going to give us x plus 1 squared. And then we're going to put the f into the g formula. So we're now going to put the x squared into the x plus 1. But remember, when you put it in, there's a take away sign here. So it's going to take away all of whatever you get at that part. Then if you remove the brackets and tidy up, you should get a nice easy answer. Question 3. Find the centre of the circle. Well, that should be easy enough for you to find. You know this point here on the circumference is 8,3. So how do we work out the equation of the tangent? First thing we do is we work out the gradient of the radius. So that's using the centre and the point on the circumference. These 2 points you just found. Then you work out the gradient of the tangent, which is just perpendicular to the radius, so turn it upside down. And then lastly, just use your y minus b equals mx minus a. Question 4. Prove that 3 points are collinear. Now the little diagram you need is shown here, and be careful because it's not in alphabetical order this time, because it says A divides BC. So that means the first thing we're going to work out is B to A, then we're going to work out A to C, and hopefully there's going to be some sort of connection between them, which means they're parallel. Don't forget to write down that. A is the point in common, therefore they're collinear. And the ratio you can get just simply by looking at it. The second part of the question, you have to find the coordinates of D, so you have to find this here from that equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite it as little d minus little a is 3 lots a little b minus little a. And then I'm going to rearrange that whole equation until I end up with d equals something. Once I get d equals something, I can then put the coordinates in from the question as components, and then remember to write your final answer as a three-dimensional coordinate. Question 4. Here we have a log graph, so y equals log to the base 2 of x. We need to find out what the values of a and b are. Well, the graph hasn't been moved any place or that, so a must be obviously equal to, you should know that. And then how do you work out the coordinates of, or the point b? Just substitute this point, 8b, into this formula. So we end up with b is the y coordinate equals log to the base 2 of 8. Now remember, when I see this expression, then what my brain tells me is 2 to the power what equals 8, and that will be the value for b. When you get to the second part of the question, the +1 in the bracket means you move the graph left 1. The -3 at the end of the bracket means you move the graph down 3. So take the 2 points that you're given, this point and this point, move them left 1 and down 3, draw your graph. Remember, put the new asymptote in. Question 6. Find a straight line which is parallel to this line. So if it's parallel to this line, first thing we need to work out is what's the gradient of that line. So we need to do a wee bit of rearranging. So take the -2 over and then divide by 3. That'll tell you what the M is. The question tells you what the point AB is to go through. It's the point 2, -1. So you're going to use that M and the point 2, -1, and your Y minus B equals MX minus A. Question 7, one of these log expressions to simplify. So remember the coefficient at front becomes a power. All the adds become times and the takers away become divides. So to simplify it, you get log to the base 3 of 81 to the power of half times 15 times 5, right, because there's an add sign there, and then it's all divided by 25. Now you should be able to simplify that to get a nice wee simple answer. Lastly, number 8, a town has a population of 80,000. If it goes up to 100,000 in 12 years, find K. So the population's become 100,000. It started off at 80,000. E to the K times, and the number of years you have to do it for is 12. Now if I take the 80,000 off that side, I'm going to end up with E to the 12K is equal to 100,000 divided by 80,000. So get my answer to that, get rid of the E, so you get 12K equals, and then get rid of the 12 to get your answer K equals. And that's it.